Today we're going to be doing a demonstration on untested gray screen paints. Now, as I said before, we've done these demonstrations many times before. When it comes to our technology, we have to test them against white screens, gray screens, certified screens, different forms of calipers, projectors, ultra short throw, long throw projectors. We have to do demonstrations outside, inside, different forms of color patterns, different forms of just about everything. We test our screens on just about everything. And on top of that, constant demonstrations on ambient light rejection environments, constantly all the time. As I showed you before, when I was running around downstairs, I can fire my screens up and they can run in a fully lit environment. This comes from constant testing the product. Now, the problem you have with gray screen paint mixes is the fact that there's no test behind them at all, period. I can go online and I can look up 22 distance throw with a 1,000 lumen projector. Nothing comes up but us. Demonstrations done outside, ultra short throw projectors, 180-inch screens. We're the only ones that come up. No one else comes up with those screens there. Demonstrations showing off fully lit environment, angle gains. You can look at my screen over there in the next room. We're the only ones. So, like I said, our technology is based on its testing. And we do tons of testing because all the demonstrations I do when I first develop a screen paint, first thing I do is I take the screen, we paint it on a small sample sheet. Once we paint it on a sample sheet, 5x5, we take it upstairs, we test it out. We do it against 4 certified screens or 3 certified screens right from the door, 3 certified screens. That's what that kitchen drawer over there is full of certified screens. Then when we're done with that, what do we say? We got to go in, we have to put it on a much bigger screen, which I had 92-inch over there, 92-inch screen over there. Has to be painted on there, or it has to be painted on one of these. We need an official size screen to do the test demonstrations on. We do test demonstrations on ultra short throws. Ultra short throws have their own form of certified sample screens they have to be tested against, and then they have to go outside for that 1,000 lumen test. So we test our products. But from all the demonstrations I've seen on screen paints that are untested, it's the same old thing. Just like when I showed you with the Metallica Mix 2.0, dark environment, high-end projector, and that's it. That's all they require. Just a dark room and a high-end projector. A fully lit environment with the magenta, dark as that screen, we just couldn't get the screen to turn dark as it's displayed in the videos. Now, I've seen the demonstration where he took his black product and said, I brought this back 4 years ago, and this is how dark it is against our product. That's your product. That has nothing to do with us. That is your product. Your UV mix does the exact same thing over here. We put that on a white screen. That stuff turns dark as night. So that's your product. We did the UV mix versus the Signature 16 in white levels. Signature 16 was able to pull high white levels. We switched the projector back and forth. UV mix couldn't do it. Remained a dark, dark product. We put it against the blue technology under Nova. Put a white screen on one side, put your product up there, it couldn't compete with the blue. So that's your product. Just because your products, you bring them back 4 years later and they come up dark on your screens, that's you, not us. And that would be impossible for us to be us to begin with when we just a few minutes ago blew out your Metallica Mix 2.0 on a purple screen. That's darker than your product and still produced the white levels, contrast, and color. All right, so let me show you how easy it is. No testing. No testing required. We're not going to put in glitter in this one. We're just going to basically just use gray in this one. We got gray in this one, dark gray in this one, and we have white in this one. Not even going to measure. Just let me show you how easy this stuff is to make. We used to make this stuff back in the day. And you can go into a whole little frenzy, a girl fist fight. Doesn't make a difference. We've been making this stuff 8 years ago, not 4 years ago. 8 years ago, we made this product before you even knew that we even exist. So I've been making so many different combinations of gray screen paints, it's not even fun. One of the ones they use is the dark gray. This is the dark gray. So dark gray in first. Now, 2 ways to do this, right? If they want the screen paint to become really, really dark, they'll change the base around. First, if you put the base in first with the dark and you put the white in next, it's going to turn gray. If you start the base with all black first, a darker base, and put in 2 teaspoons, it's going to keep the base nice and dark. But we're going to start this off with just putting a little bit of this in. No. Let's put this in because we want to control the tone. We're going to control the tone on this one. So we'll pour this in right here. And this is old paint. Look at the top of it. It's old paint. It's nothing new. Old paint I had downstairs in the in my basement. All right. You don't need a lot. That's it. Just in case if you can't see that. Let me bring this down a little bit for you. Let me break it down for you. So like I said, 8 years ago, I've exhausted everything you could possibly think of when it comes to gray screen paint. Look me up under Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. So many products I was actually putting out per week. A lot of product per week. I'll post some of my old demonstrations below so you can check it out for yourself, and you can check out the timestamp date on it. All right, so now we're just gonna put a little bit of gray into it. I've been doing this stuff for so long and just basically just pour it in and just know. And stir this up. That Bayer Silver Screen 1050 got a sweet smell to it. It do. It got a real sweet smell to it. Let's shake this up some. Now, like I said, the tone is controlled by how much paint you put into it. There we go. Look at the color. That looks about the same color that the Cinemax is made out of. Very light gray. I'm going a little darker than that. I could keep it that gray and I could blow out his white levels with no problem. All adjusted by tone. Now the other one we made, which is under the Crystal Edge Technology Screen Paint, that's sorry, Crystal, Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. That one uses any kind of Metallica, which is Martha Stewart, BB, whatever Metallica freaking paint you could find. That's what we use with that. This one, we're not going to put anything in it. We're not even going to put gold glitter into it. Nothing. So now that's the color we have next. That's the next tone we achieved. All right. Let's go with something a little bit darker. There we go. Now see, the difference is that when you try to make my visible product, you failed. And I tell you where you failed. Number one, we displayed the screen. I'm going to say it again. I know you might be tired of hearing it, but we displayed the screen. We were able to peel the screen. You didn't peel the screen. You're supposed to put objects behind the screen with the projector off to show it's not transparent. Any screen is basically not going to show an image if an image is actually showing on it. Number two, your image was way too small for the demonstration. It should have been much bigger. And most important, that screen is called Sun Killer, which means it has ambient light rejection sun killer technology, which means it's designed to be placed in the sun, which you didn't do in your demonstration either. You didn't place it in the sun at all because your screen wouldn't have pulled the image. So you faked that demonstration altogether. You didn't pass any of the tests under that product. And then we gave you permission to make the screen paint, and you never made it. It's just basically black and white. That's all it is, or gray and white. And you can measure your tone by how much black you put into it. That's it. Now, I don't have to run any tests under this because there are no tests. Now, I can see if he did a test where he did 22 feedback on a projector, or he did demonstrations against high performance screens and all that stuff like that, like we do on ours. He doesn't do any of those tests. So since he doesn't do any of these tests, there's nothing for me to do but basically use a 4300 lumen pi power projector and put it in a dark environment and see if we can pull up the same image, because that's what he does in this demonstration. So there's no real test done under his product, where if you were going to make a black nova or any of our products, you would have to do the exact same test we do in the demonstrations. Our product basically can have, like I said, material can be pulled off the screen to clean the screen. It can take a direct hit. It has an ambient light rejection. We put in sun killer technology. That's what we're naming it. So it can take a direct hit from the sun. That's what got the publicity for the screen with people that we have contracts with. It could take that direct hit. None of your demonstrations, you didn't do one direct hit at all. Nothing. That little bit of sunlight coming through the window, that's nothing. That's not a demonstration. Direct hit from sunlight. That's what you're supposed to do. You can't do that because your product you may try to make doesn't work. And therefore, since it can't pull up a direct sunlight hit, it's not our product at all. I don't know where you can get that from. Can't remove it from the surface. We gave you permission to make that weird color. You can't make that color. You don't even know what color it is to begin with. We gave you that challenge. Did you do it? No, you didn't even do it. Demonstration on a black screen or whatever that mess was supposed to be. Sample sheet was too small. Didn't show any white levels, no contrast, no distance throw, none of that whatsoever. Nothing. So do I have to do any tests under this? No, there's no test to be done. We're going to do it just like they do it. Paint the screen, put it in a dark environment or well-lit environment, and that's it. So these are the different tones we're getting. There we go. Got another tone right there. See? They all adjusted by how much paint put in. So we started off with a lighter tone. I guarantee you that's the Cinemax right there. We started off with this personal mix, and right here, this is your Metallica mix 2.0. As I told you before, I'm not an amateur with this. I made this stuff 8 years ago. I know how to tone the paint, how much paint to put in, how dark to make it. Yeah, because I used to make it. And got the videos to back it up. Got the beta testers to back it up. Got the companies to back it up. Yep. I'm not going to put any glitter in this, nothing. I'll leave it just the way it is. Now, I'm not trying to make your product. I'm not. In no way in the world am I trying to match your product. I'm showing you that I can make a basic product just like this, and either it's going to blend your screen or it's going to beat your screen. So look at the color we have now. I'm not trying to make your product. If I wanted to make your product, I just go get primer. That's all I got to do is just buy some primer. Or make my Digital 1 crystal screen paint from 8 years ago. If I want to make your product. But I'm not trying to make your product. I'm not trying to show people how to make your product. I'm just showing them that basically, because the screen paint doesn't have any real testing behind it, you can just mix 2 and 2 together and just make it. That's it. There's nothing in his demonstration showing it's hard to make his product. That's why he deleted the video. Why do you think he deleted the video showing you how to make the black and white paint together? Can't find that video anywhere, can you? You can't find it because he deleted the video. He got rid of it. Our video, meanwhile, of us making Crystal Edge or Digital 1 crystal screen paint is still there. You want to go in there, get the video, make it yourself. We don't care. That stuff is, I'm not saying it's garbage, but it doesn't match up. It's outdated product. I'm not going to delete that. For what? It's not a threat to us. You want to make it? You make it. There we go. I like this tone right here. I'm going to keep this one right here. This one I like. Definitely this one I'm going to keep. Now, you see when we paint these screens? We paint them on big screens, not the small little sample sheets. They have to be painted on big screens. So that way, everybody can see the large size of screen on a large scale, and they can see that at a distance, because keep in mind, we need a distance throw. All that has to be done. I need a roller. Definitely need a roller for this. I was making gray screen paints before half of y'all even know I even existed. Some of y'all know exactly about my old company. Most of y'all don't even know. You don't know about my contracts. You don't know about my beta testers. You don't know about my customer base. Then you don't know anything about that. Same product he was developing, I was making 8 years ago. Honestly, if this was basically about possession is 9/10 of the law. By my timeline and my stamp on my videos, basically that would be my product. But I wouldn't lay claim to that mess. I don't have to make this product. I was making this product 8 years ago. You know how many different combinations we had for the digital and crystal screen paint product? There was over 60 of them that were made. 60 that were made in any kind of combination you could possibly think of when it comes to a gray screen paint product. I have done them all. Why do you think it would be easy for me to do? I don't need to measure. Just pour it out. Like I said, not trying to match this screen, but just trying to show you how easy it is. Without those test demonstrations, you have to have tests. Without those test demonstrations, that makes your product different from everybody else's. Have to have test demonstrations done. That's why when people talk about ambient light rejection screens, and I have a customer that came in a couple of days ago, he wanted to do a big screen outside for a big display. What does your screen paint look like on a big screen? I showed him the video of 180 inch. Black screen outside showing Star Wars. Gaming on the screen at 657. There you go, order already set. What about low lumens on the projector? 22 feet back, full lit environment, 130 in the middle of the screen. What about window light upstairs? Hit the screen with windows. Right here, hit the screen with windows. What's the difference between your screen and some of these high performance screens on the market? Which one you want? Got a whole entire drawer full of sample sheets we're going against. What's the difference between the color in your screens and a high performance $5,000 screen? There you go right there. See, that's what I'm talking about. Can back it up. Got to be to back it up. Can't back it up, you're just talking. Just talking. Yabba, yabba, yabba. Yabba, yabba, yabba. Just talking. Don't have to spend money for a $4,000 projector in order to pick up a nice image in a fully lit environment. No, you don't. You can do it on $60 if you want. You can do it on $175, $130. Here's my NEC projector that I paid for, 720p in a fully lit environment, ultra short throw. Boom! There you go. Gonna be to back it up. If you're too busy doing environments in the dark all day, no one's gonna know exactly what your product can do and what it can't do. I've got demonstrations of me testing my products against black screen, black chalk paper, black chalk paint, you name it, I've tested against it. All over YouTube on my channel. I got demonstrations of me taking my screens, folding them up, freezing them in blocks of ice, breaking them out with hammers, pulling them out on screens, ripping them apart on screens so you see with the crystals, pull apart the screens, no ripping, no tearing, no cracking. Demonstrations of motorized projection screens inside and outside the house. You don't do demonstrations like that. For you, it's the shortcut. Let's just paint a gray screen and put it in the dark. Okay, no problem. I'll do the same thing. This looks a lot like your Cinemax mix. And it does. It looks exactly like it. We're going to go for a really crazy white level. Color? Yeah, it looks rough. This was made using no form of glitter or Metallica paint at all whatsoever. We don't have to do any testing because they don't test this stuff out. Never do. You have to measure. You don't have to measure. Pour it in there. The black is used as a toner. It's used to adjust how dark you want the surface. That's how we used to make it when we were under digital one crystal screen paint. That's how it's designed. Black is only the toner. That's it. When we used to make ours, we used to put in that Martha Stewart glitter into it, that Metallica paint by Martha Stewart. They don't make her, no, she doesn't have it anymore. She used to have a contract over at Home Depot, but she doesn't have it anymore. Now you got PPJ over there. They have that contract with Home Depot for the Metallica products. And like I said, in no way in this video are we trying to make this product. If I wanted to make your product, I'll make my old Digital One crystal screen paint and I'll match your product like I did the last time, or I'll go get that Prime Vision 2.0 downstairs and match it with primer if I want to do it that way. But I'm not trying to make your product. Your product's easy to make. I made your product 8 years ago on every level you could possibly think of. I know how it's going to react. I know how it's going to act. Look how beautiful the surface looks. Does it look crispy? Your screen can't react on that. Your screen can't react on that. There's too much light in the environment. Well, let's show you. Let's see what we got. Okay? All right. And like I said, you don't need any special roller. How you showing this smooth roller? You know this roller? This is a roller I had downstairs, soaking in a bucket of water. I painted 13 or 14 screens with this. It's an old beat down roller. You don't have to do anything to have a smooth. No, that's bull crap. That's a bunch of nonsense they want to feed you. A whole bunch of crap they want to feed you. You got to have this certain roller. It's got to be smooth so it goes on like glass. No, it doesn't. Paint. That's what it is. Oh, it's just basic paint. All right, let's grab a screen and a fan. Get you guys up a little higher up so you can see the screen. Get the screen to dry. High power projector we'll be using. It's a 4300 lumen projector, 50 color. Chrissy LW420, 4300 lumens, 1920 by 1200. Full 1080p WXGA. Boom shakalaka. Now you can sit there and you can make our products. Don't really care. As I said before, you can't make our products if you wanted to. Even if we gave you permission, you still can't make them. You have yet to make that screen upstairs I told you had permission to make. You never made it. Because you can't. You do that half, what do you call it? Half in it? Yeah, we call it half in it. Half in it. The corner cutter. That's what you do. The invisible screens, complete nightmare of fails on your behalf. Still waiting for you to peel that screen. I can't wait to see that. And that direct sunlight demonstration, because tomorrow we got a sunny day and we plan to be out there in the sun playing. Why don't you bring your product out there with us and see what happens? No, you can't go, can you? Nah, screen's not gonna pull up. You know why I know your screen's not gonna pull up? Because you had a sunny day in that video, and instead of you taking that screen outside where it should have been at, you stuck it on top of that table and put that little bit of light on the screen, pushed your projector right up nice and tight so you can get that image nice and bright so it fades less. You didn't think I saw that, did you? Yep, I saw it. Oh, yeah. This is why we like to paint on the big screens. Because the projector has to sit at a distance in order to be able to cover the screen. You can learn a lot from me, my friend. A whole lot. Oh, almost caught my projector on that one. Ah. This is going to be quite embarrassing for you, just to let you know. I'll be back. Man, I'm telling you, It feels great to be working with the old gray paints again, working with the relics. Hopefully I can give you a peep show on that one. If I do, I apologize. Boy, if your product matches that, that is going to be really embarrassing. Let's fire up the projector, dry the screen. Now, as you notice, didn't do any measuring at all. Make sure that fits nice and tight up there. All right, good. We're good. All right. No measuring, just throwing it in there. Just throwing it in there. Just doing it, just throwing it in there. Again, anytime you want to make that strange fusion color screen, you have my full permission. I would like to see you make that screen by tomorrow. By then, you can look at the angle gain on the technology over here. I fully didn't demonstrate it again. Let me turn on all my lights so basically I can display my screens again. Here we are, nice and bright in here as it should be. We got a screen fired up over there. We got a screen. Oh, look at that. Look how beautiful that looks. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? 720p XGA projector. I bet you couldn't do this right now, could you? No, you can't. Your product doesn't work. Now, for those of you that are bothered by the fact that I'm talking like this, he deserves this, every bit of it. If you feel that I'm wrong, well, I don't care. My tech's sold already. I'm done. Maybe I'll tell you exactly how much it sold for. Maybe I won't. As for my customers who stood by me, I got something special for you all. Like I said, I'm working out negotiations with the company that will be buying the Nova, and we're going to make sure that the prices are nice and fair, good projector package deals, so you guys can decide when to go in. And I'll still be making some stuff for that from time to time. Probably once a year I'll come up with something new and add it to that collection, and then we'll keep the prices nice and low so everybody can afford it, because that's the whole purpose. I don't want to see that paint turn into a $5,000 or $10,000 screen. I want to keep it so everybody can afford it. Everybody can have a good product, because I have customers who do love my products. I'm talking to those of you who don't support my company. And you don't support my company, I don't want you buying my product at all, period. Stick with what you got over there. You don't need my product. Let's see, let's go pop this up. But as for my customers, yeah, love you guys to death. That's why I'm working with this company. Before we leave, before everything is all finalized, I want to make sure that we have the Novas. That's why the Novas are on the website. It's going to be Novas and the blackout coats. Those are the ones we're going to keep. And those are the ones we're going to allow, keep it up so they can sell those or market those on the website or store, however way they're going to set it up. And you'll still be able to get it for a very reasonable price. Probably a little lower than what it is. Because they'll be selling quantities too, you know what I mean? So, maybe a little lower. I don't know. Yeah, I can't say that. But actually, honestly, I can't say that. Until you know what they're going to do. But we are going to keep the price very fair, because I don't want my customers to continue to be able to upgrade and get better stuff. All right, so there's our screen right there. Man, this screen is literally embarrassing the daylights out of that screen. Let me turn this one off. We don't want any distraction, do we? Tear yourself a fan. I think this fan is a fan of my screen paint. I really do. So we just made yourself a own version of mine. Like I said, I've been making this stuff for years. I've got so many combinations to this stuff, it's not even funny. Okay, got the fan in. It should take no time at all to dry. Now, this is basic gray and black paint. That's all it is. Usually, they'll say that, okay, do something different. No, no. You can mix it with gray and black paint. You can mix it with white and black paint. You can mix it with gray and black paint. If you want to make a really dark product, then you mix it with black and gray. But it depends on which base you put in first. Now, if you want to start off with the base being really dark, you put in the black paint first, and then you put in 2 teaspoons of white. If you want to start it off with a gray, then what you do is you put the white paint first and you put 2 teaspoons of black. You get where I'm getting at here? And then with that, you basically just tone it on how much you want it. Maybe you might put in 4, maybe you might put in 5. You just tone it. That's how you have to do. Then what most people do is they throw a little glitter in it, or they might throw some Metallica paint in it. It could be PJ. At our time, it was Martha Stewart. It could be Modern Master and Remaster, what that stuff is called. I would advise you stay away from that stuff. That stuff is extremely strong. But if you want to venture out on that road, knock yourself out. Oh, that's basically about it. So that's how we were making it back in the day. That's all it is. It starts off, and bottom line, the paint, you doesn't make a difference when painting. You can bear 1050. It doesn't make a difference what you use. It's all going to react the same way, no matter what. And that's how we sold it back then. We sold it in different tones. Some of it still had the same performance as others, but it was the tone of it. That's how it was. That's how old this stuff is. Now today, you can't really do that now. Screen's got to do a whole lot more. If you look at my test demonstrations, when I first started off, it was an ambient light environment. Not a lot of light, but it was an ambient light environment. But compared to everybody else at that particular time, everybody was doing demonstrations in pitch black, dark environments. We were the only ones doing demonstrations in a somewhat lit room. Now today, oh, no way in the world that stuff would ever pass for half of the stuff that we do now. Tested on the screen. It would fail left and right, no problem. You think I can take that screen outside at 657 and paint it on a 180-inch screen to pull that image off? Oh no, that's not happening. That's not happening. That's not going to work. That's not good. Oh no. Alright, let's come out here real quick. Take this real quick. YouTube's logo, when it pops up, is supposed to be black. We all know that, right? Now I'm going to show some bright images, what they usually like to do. And voila, there you go. Easy, McCheesy. And guess what? The image gets better if I upgrade my projector. So if I get myself a 4K projector, it looks even better. Yep, there you go. If I turn out the lights, boom, 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 we get an even better image with the lights out. And we can pull a somewhat decent contrast level. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, again, we know this stuff. We used to make it. Look at the detail. Look how beautiful the colors look. See, easy. Easy. We used to make this stuff. I can make this stuff in my sleep. I told you. I don't got to measure anything out. Pour. No measuring cups, nothing. Done. That's it. Look at that. I can make tons of this stuff. I can make it in so many different combinations, not even funny. It's not hard to make this stuff at all. Now, what test do I have to pass? There's no test. There's no test for this stuff. This is it. We're not going to take a projector back 22 feet on this stuff. For what? They don't do tests on this stuff. We're not going to do low limit tests on this. They don't do that. If they do it in a poorly lit environment, not in the environments we use it in. Pull out the certified projection screens. For what? They don't test it against that. Take it outside 13. Oh, they don't do those tests. Oh, star field demonstration, fully lit environment, contrast demonstration. They don't do those either. I guess that's it. There you go. I don't need to do any of those tests at all. Oh well, got some done for the day. That's what it feels like to cut corners. Why does it feel like to cut corners? It's waiting inside to cut the corners. To cut the corners. To cut the corners. Wah, wah, wah. That's what it feels like to cut the corners. To cut the corners. To cut the corners. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, 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 wah. We're still wet right there. See if we can get a dry spot in there. Can we get a dry spot? Can we get a dry spot? The screen is still wet. It's still a little wet. Do 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 do. Told you. Told you. That's it. And at that, my product is pouring a higher white level. I don't even measure jack to make this stuff. How much darker his product comes up next to mine. Look how clean this is compared to his. Look how much darker the grass is here. Look how lighter it is here. White screensaver. White screensaver. There you go, buddy. My product is better than yours, and I didn't even do anything to make it mix and do stuff together. So your product is coming up too dark next to my product. Wow, look how dirty that sand's coming up. I'm going to call this probably made nothing. That's what it's called. Nothing 2.0. That's pretty much what it's called. That's what it is. It's nothing. But, like I said, you can go make mine. You just need to pass every single test demonstration under that product. Every last one. Because then you would have our product. If you're able to pass all of them. And you can't because your own stuff can't pass it. Because you don't do any tests on your stuff. If, like I said, you failed miserably on that freaking Nova 19. When are you going to peel the screen? When are you going to take the screen out in direct sunlight? We're all waiting for that. Nah, you ain't going to do that. Can't pull up. But I was able to make a product just mixing some stuff together downstairs in the basement. And look at that. Look at that. It's brighter than your screen. Didn't even measure it, just threw stuff in there. There's no glitter in it, no metallic silver, nothing in it. Just basically gray and white paint, that's it. $4K demonstrations. Oh, that's bad. Okay, yeah, there you go. Now, you see what my magenta did to his product right there. Do you know what my magenta would do with this screen? It wouldn't even pick up on that screen at all because it's actually lighter than his product. And you see how much dark I put into it. I put a lot of dark into it. But the magenta would take this apart with no problem. We'll paint ourselves a little sample sheet for fun. The magenta can have something to play with tonight when we turn the lights out. change out the base. The base, we're going to make it different. Let's let this screen dry. Let's come back in here. We get some more to learn today. I'm teaching you stuff from the old vault. That's what I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you stuff how we used to make it 8 years ago. For those of you who doubt that I ever had a company in a Digital One crystal screen paint, do your research, look me up. All right, let's see. Now we started off this one. We got a little bit of this left. This is enough for us to do a sample sheet for our screen upstairs. What we need next, and let's get this out of the equation because that shouldn't be there at all. That's disrespect. We're not trying to make this product at all. I'm just showing you how we made our product back in the day. All right, so if we wanted the product to be darker, this time we would make sure that majority of the base was dark. We're going to make a little bit of this. I think I only got a little bit of this left. See, we just make sure the majority of the base, sorry about that, is black. All right, so we're just going to make a little bit of this, just to give you an idea. All right. Now, all right, just all we need. I'm just going to show you. Now, what we do is we just put a little bit. I'm going to bring you guys down because you're too high up. This is how I'm figuring out how I got paint on my stand. Put a little bit of white in there, not a lot. That's all we need. We don't need all that. All right, I need something to stir this up with. And some of you are probably thinking, is this going to look good on my... No! I'm not responsible for you trashing your screen. Just want to let you know that. I'm going to put that little disclaimer in there real quick. If you do this and paint this stuff on your screen and you mess it up, that's your fault. Oh, trying to get a run and he did ride a Cambo. Trying to get a run and he did ride a Cambo. Trying to get a run and he did ride all the river and all the night. Trying to get a run and he did ride a Cambo. Now, here we go. See this right here? Now we got it a little darker. There we go. Got a nice gray. If we want that a little darker, you start off with the base first, of being the darker mix first. Then you add in the lighter. That actually gives you a nice darker. Gives you a nice darker tone. See? Right here, that's darker tone. There we go. We don't have enough to be. We can put enough on this on a sample sheet. We can. But we want to make it a little bit darker. I think I put too much white into it. So if you put too much white into it, just go back in and just put a little more dark into it. That's all. That's all you got to do. All right. Now, if you really want to make it really, really dark, then you put a whole bunch of black into it. About that much. That's all. Put about that much black into it. And you put about, I would say maybe about 2 tablespoons of white. And it'll be really dark. Now this stuff right here won't pick up a white level for Jack. And I mean for Jack. For Jack, for Jill, went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Like I said, this is how we made it back then. This is how it was made. I mean, it's no threat to us because, like I said, stuff is it's obsolete. But this is how we made it. So we want to make the product darker, right? We wanted a darker product. What we would do is, like I said, we would switch it out. Instead of having the base start off white and then putting the black in, we'd start the base off with the darker and then put the white in. And that's how you would do it that way. And you control how dark you want it by basically just adding in more dark paint or basically just adding white paint. So let's show you this one, the difference on this one, right here. Different tones we have right here. So there's a darker, there's a lighter right there. There's the different tones. It gets a little gray. That's when we stop with right in there. So yeah, this is not trying to make his product. This is something we made. Now if he wants to whine and cry about, oh, they're making my product, then he needs to shut up and understand that I was making this product before you even knew what screen paint freaking was. I was doing this 8 years ago. So I made all this stuff already. I made all these different combinations and different products, because then it started with bare silver screen 1050, and then it was the Metallica paints. Then with the Metallica paint, sometimes I would put that pearl essence into it, or sometimes I would put a little gold into it, or I would put a little some blue, and all kinds of stuff. I was mixing up back and forth. Yeah, I did all this stuff already. This stuff is old, and the base, look at it, is cloudy and gray. Cloudy and gray. So we're going to take this right here, and we're going to make this for our sample sheet. We need to coat. Later on, we're going to do some sample sheets. We're going to coat with that, and we're going to use those tests out with. Yeah, that's pretty much base about it. A little dark gray in there. That's it. Now, let me tell you something. Dark gray screens, the Cinemax gray, whatever screen he called himself making, that screen was dark gray. Look at the old videos compared to what he's trying to show now. That screen was dark gray. Particularly at a certain time, I would say about maybe 5 years ago, about 5 years ago around that time, black screens didn't exist at all, or unless we had one already floating around, but it didn't exist. So a dark gray screen was considered to be a black screen. That's what it was considered to be. There's your product right there, and there's my product I made. That's my nothing paint. Like I said, didn't try to make your product. I didn't measure anything. I didn't put in no 2 teaspoons of that. I didn't put in any metallic. I didn't put any glitter. All I did was just throw some white paint in with some black paint. Didn't even measure it. But to tell you the truth, my white levels are better than yours. Oh shoot. What were you thinking when you challenged me? Making this up for the longest time. Is it staying all the way up? I don't think it is. That's why, again, he deleted the video. And I'm going to post it at the bottom. He deleted a video showing him how to make his product that had 2 teaspoons or 2 tablespoons of black paint and to white paint. Deleted the video, got rid of it. Because that product matched his personal mix. We took a 15-gallon can of primer, Prime Vision 2.0, and was able to match his Metallica mix 2.0 with no problem. A gallon of primer. Now, as he once did one demonstration of him showing a significant difference between the primer and his paint. No, he hasn't. Did he do a demonstration of making the free product of the video he deleted and doing a side-by-side demonstration showing his customers that that video had nothing to do with his product? No, he didn't do that either. He just basically deleted the video and covered it up. That's what he did. See, what he likes to do is he'll do a video and he'll basically get real close up on the screen and says, look, this is a slight red different. No. You can see how I can go all the way back there, put my head against that wall, and I can show you the difference between certified screens and my screen. A huge difference between night and day. Your product blends in. And right now, my product that I mixed together is showing a higher white level. Let me see what we got here. White screen. See? Now, because your screen is slightly a little darker, you should pick up a much better red. But, like I said, XR technology, your screen in red? No. Yeah, my screen would blow your screen clean out of the water when producing red. This one right here alone would do it, no problem. So, like I said. But you all go on the big white levels that you're into. Let's see what happens. Let's go pop through and see what happens. Oh, he gave us all white levels on this one. Color red. Not by much. Not by much. Not by much. Still, both are fails in colors. That red's supposed to be deeper than that. It's supposed to be red. That's washed out. That's not red. That's red. See, the gray paint shows an advancement over a white screen. I told you, any gray screen is going to show advancement over a white surface. See right there? But see when it comes next to our technology, see how it fades and washes out? Your product does the same thing against this one. This is a Signature 17 black. Make sure your screen is dry on the back because I do not want it messing up. Ooh, got a wet spot right there. Yeah, because I don't want you jacking up my screen. So let's just put you against my screen because I don't want you messing up my perfect screen. There you go. That's how your red comes up. Can't even see it. Next to our black technology. Can't even see it. Doesn't even show up. Against the white wall, a little bit of an improvement against the white wall. Laying up here against our technology, our nothing paint. Produces the same thing. Only shows a slight little difference, that's it. And that's not a good difference either. That's still not a difference between night and day. See, when I say between night and day, if you take your product and you stick it against my screen, you can see a difference between night and day. The nothing paint. Let's keep going on the nothing paint. See what other colors we got. Give me color blue screen. Color blue, color blue. Ooh, you know what would match the screen perfectly? The personal mix would match the screen absolutely perfectly. Hold on for a minute. We gotta look at that real quick. Oh, cherry quick though. I forgot about that screen. Yep, thought so. That's your personal mix. Well, we got that one easily. Nailed that perfectly. With no problem. Without even measuring the screen, we nailed that one perfectly. Yeah, that matched perfectly. Very perfectly. We didn't do any measurements on that one. We just threw everything in the cup and was done with it. Let's go back here a minute. Let's go pull some other levels and see what we get. Wow, we did. We just literally just matched your personal mix by just throwing stuff into, whatever. Yep, we matched it. Can I tell you what the measurements are? I don't even know. Shoot, I just threw a bunch of stuff together. So look like I told you I wasn't trying to make this product. It wasn't. That's why I had no precise precision. I didn't put anything in it. All I did was put just white and gray paint. We didn't put any glitter into it. Nothing. We just threw it together. I told you it all matches the same. We've been making this stuff for years. Nothing new. And like I said, what tests are we going to run? Really, seriously. If he tries to make our black product, well, you got a ton of tests you got to go run through. And all those tests have to be done live because that's how the screens are designed. First minute we paint the screen was the first thing we do. 5 certified screens right from the door. We show the white levels, we show the contrast, we show the color, we show all that right from the door. All right, so if you can't pass those tests, then you didn't make the product. Got to show a 5 to 3 screen certified right from the door. The minute the product is made, that's what has to be displayed on all our screens, on every last test demonstration that we do. Ultra short throw test. You got to show 2 certified screens against an ultra short throw test. Has to be done in a coloring pattern. Distance throw at 1,000 lumens, 22 feet. You have to be to show 5 screens certified on the screen, and you have to be to show a color change on the screen to show that which screen is actually producing the best color at 1,000 lumens at 22 feet back in a fully lit environment. Low lumen test. Projector must be brought up 14 feet. You have to do a certified screen test on that one too, on a low lumen test at 14 feet, full size screen. No little sample sheets, none of that nonsense. Certified screen test. 15 to 18 certified screens must be placed on the screen, and you must be the full color, contrast levels, the whole 9 yards. Any of those tests done on the screen paints? Any of them? Nope, none of them, because you don't do them. Final test. Screen must be taken outside. 1,000 lumens, 13 feet back. Must produce an image. Must produce a 90-degree viewing angle. Must produce star field demonstration. Any of those tests done? None. No, none of them. Black screens that we develop. We line those screens up with 2 sheets of white paper, 2 sheets of certified projection screens. We show nothing but snow levels. Any of them demonstrations done on his with a black piece of paper showing all contrast levels? Nope, nothing. Oh, well then, we don't have to do any tests today, do we? No. We're done. This is all we have to do. Let's see, what other colors we got in here? Let's pull up that white level again. White screen. Told you, we matched it. Matched it fast, matched it easy. There it is, that's your personal mix, just made it. That fast, that quick. And it was basically made of the same base that we make our Digital One crystal screen paint from. That's the same base when we make a Digital One crystal screen paint. I told you the different base is how we change it up. There you go, we made that product 8 years ago. You've been copying me, buddy. Your UV mix, let's see how this comes up. You did a demonstration against that Cinemac mix you make, right? That paint couldn't pour white level if it wanted to because I know how it's made. It's made with a dark base first, and then you put either black paint into it to make it darker, or you put white into it to heighten it. I'm going to guess with white, because this is how you made this one right here. And it's going to react the same way. It's going to pull up a dark image. Just like the Cinemax you pulled up. Same thing, same dark image. That's what it's going to pull up. We know how to make your product because we made it 8 years ago. I know how to make your Cinemax just by looking at it. We made it 8 years ago. We had a screen paint called Ultra White 2.0 under Digital One Crystal Screen Paint, and it was the exact same color as your Cinemax. I didn't even have to know your measurements. I just threw a whole bunch of stuff together, and boom, there we go, personal mix right there. I know this stuff because we used to make it. All right, let me see. This is not going to pick up a white level regardless at all, period. Because I know it's in that makes that. Now, if you had tests behind your products, guess what I would have to do? I would have to run every last test that you have under your product to match the demonstration. But since you cut so many corners and you don't do things by the book, where the demonstration? Oh, we got to bring up something on this personal mix. Good gracious. Let's pull up, TLC 4K demonstration. I like them because they're nice and bright. There we go. Yep, and we got your personal mix right there, buddy. And the other one is not showing too much of a difference. It's a little darker, which means bottom line, we're pulling off better white levels than your other screen, and we're actually matching the other screen at the same time. I bet you. Oh man, I am willing to bet on this one here. This is going to come up looking really dirty. I guarantee you. It's not going to be to pick up any of the white levels at all. Thought so. I called it. Now that screen's going to pull contrast. That's it. But it doesn't have white levels, so it can't pick up white levels at all. Yeah, I just matched your personal mix. Our screen's pulling up a better yellow than your screen here. It's coming up too dark. And this one altogether is just bringing up dirty paint. And like I said, and nowhere in the video did I try to make a product. I just threw some stuff together, that's it. Stuff that we used to design back in the day on the Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. And it's funny, you're going to bring back a product from 4 years ago, your Cinemax paint, and you're going to put it against your screen. That stuff will show up dark regardless. It can't pull a white level. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do the But yeah, look at it. Come on. It's doing the exact same thing as the UV mix. It's doing the exact same thing as the Cinemax mix was doing 4 years ago. Whatever he made that product. It's doing the exact same thing. Oh my goodness. Come on. You can't even make this stuff up. Now see, that's when I pull the contrast level right there? Yeah, but it's a darker product. But it can't see white levels. It's not supposed to come up that dark. Why do you say? I'll show you. I love doing this stuff. Come on now. You know I love doing this stuff. I'm going to pause it right here. Right? See the car right there? See what she's sitting out in the car? Right there? Oakley dokley. Let me show you something. It's not, and mind you, my screen's black, all right? It's not supposed to come out that dark. See where she's sitting at in the vehicle right there? Watch this. Now that's right there, right? You see how light my screen's pulling a white level that high? My screen's darker than his. Isn't that interesting? That means that whole Cinemax you mix you over that black paint. Bring it over here. See what we do to it. I guarantee my screen will blend into that screen. Bring it over. I'll test it. Bring it on. Bring it on, 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 bring it on. Bring it on. Please do. I'll blend that screen and then basically pull contrast level and turn that screen gray. There we go. 0.9. Let's see if it turn my screen dark. No, it doesn't. Isn't that interesting? But it turns your screen dark. See, my screen's over there. That actually is a black screen. Your screen's a dark gray screen. My screen pulls a white level literally so high that basically it can blend your screen when it lays against mine. But if I take a white screen and I put it against my screen, it actually fades that screen out, where a white screen actually turns your screen dark. So much for your dark technology and you developing a black screen paint. You don't even understand how white levels even work in black technology. I bet you can't pull that one off today. See? Oh, easy. Go take my screen and put your screen against mine. I'll blend your screen. And then I'll take a white screen and stick it into my screen, and my screen will actually turn that screen white. Then I'll take that same screen and put it against your screen, and that screen will make your screen look dirty. How do you explain that? Because there's technology in their products, and there's technology in mine. It's just basic painting yours. That's it. There's nothing different about your product. It's just painting. That's all it is. Those are the test demonstrations that we have to do on our products. We have to stick them against high white screens in order to see how the white levels pull up. If you had did that test under your UV mix when you first made it, you would have realized that the white levels weren't that high. But you weren't thinking about that. You were so bent on trying to pull a screen with heavy contrast levels, you forgot all about the white levels, which are very important. Actually, the most important part of a black screen are the white levels. Any dark surface can pull a contrast. The hard part is to pull the white level. That's the hard part. Oh, let's continue. Let's try Skyworth food demonstration. That's a good one, isn't it? We do those all the time against our screens. We need that food demonstration. Skyworth food demonstration. Now you pull the contrast here with no problem, but you can't pull the white level. So you're trying to challenge somebody who basically has experience in the products that you make, because I've made them 8 years ago. I know all the different combinations. I know how they're put together. I can make your products without putting nothing in them, and they would still react the same way. Because I did this stuff already before. I'm a veteran at this field, not a hobbyist, a veteran at this kind of work. So I did this stuff already before. Look at how ugly the fruit comes up on the other side. If I didn't know what I was doing, there's no way in the world I could sit there and take that white screen and put it against my screen. That screen didn't turn dark. I wonder why. Interesting. So all the products, everything you have, I've done it already. The products that we have now that you're trying to make, you can't even pass the test. It's literally like the equivalence of watching somebody trying to navigate through a minefield with magnetic boots. That's what it's like watching you trying to make our products. Eventually, at the end, you blow up, like you're doing right now. Couldn't make your product. I gave you permission to make our products, and you still can't make them. And again, that product we just made today, you have my permission to make it. You know why your Cinemax acted, or not the product that Cinemax Black, whatever that stuff is, turned dark on your screen? Because it can't see a white level. It's just basic paint. The same way your UV mix is doing the same thing that product was doing 4 years ago. And this is supposed to be something new you made? It's the same product. It's the same thing. You just added in more dark paint than the other one. That's all. It's the same thing. Just like this is the same thing that screen is. All that is just more shades of black to make that one. Let's go back there for a minute. I want to see that again. Now, as of tomorrow, we're going to go out and play in the sun with our screens and our new technology and work on our projects. And I would advise you to mind your own freaking business, or you'll get embarrassed again. That's how dirty your screen is coming up against the nothing paint that I just made in my kitchen out of scraps of whatever downstairs. Look how white that screen is. Mind your business, Crow. That's what's best for you. Everything you make, I've been there and done it already. I can make your products. I can make all of them in no time at all. I have no interest in your products. I don't care about your products because I've been there and done it 8 years ago. All I want to do is design my products. But like I said, if you want to continue on trying to make our products, I mean, it's fun for me at the end of the day. I enjoy it. If I wanted to market my nothing paint, I could sell it all at $2 a gallon. You know, I could do that. Or if I want, you can just make it yourself. I don't care. It's right there in the kitchen. You figure it out. It's up to you. You figure it out. It's pretty much just adjusting. That's all you're doing. I mean, it's not really that hard. Just adjusting the product. That's all you're doing. Now, see what I mean by white screen? Nothing's going to pull white level higher than a white screen. A white screen is the only screen that can pull a level that white. Any screen up against a white screen is going to come up dark, but this is way too dark. That is way too dark. That's your personal mix against your UV mix, which you didn't do that demonstration. I bet you didn't do that. Kept that one hidden from your customers. This is your Metallica mix next to your UV mix. That's your personal mix next to your UV mix, which comes up darker. So I'm curious, what were y'all told? Huh. We're just going to leave the personal mix up there right now. And let's go put in, let me see. See if they react the same way to contrast. Start the screen saver. Ooh, man, I broke that one in. Start that. Well, this one will work, and it'll make a difference. Sometimes it's more than I'll get you close up on the screen. Like I said, in no way were we trying to make this product, and I wasn't. You've seen the way I mixed this stuff together, threw anything together. Didn't put there's nothing in here, no glitter, none of that at all, no silver base, nothing at all. Just threw stuff in there. Didn't use any measuring spoons, nothing. Been making this stuff for so long, I can literally make this stuff without using any form of measurements whatsoever. But at least in our product, we had glitter in it, or some kind of silver metallic of it. Good gracious, really? I mean, it came out a little too well. Like I said, I wasn't trying to match this product, but it came out way better than I thought. And he could sit there and say, oh, it's not the same thing. Well, what test do you want me to run that proves it's not your product? Oh, wait, you don't do tests. All right, then there you go. Okay. Oh, by the way, now you see how the screen looks faded? I told you, the only time I can do demonstrations has to be in the dark. There you go. Contrast a little better. Let me turn the lights on in the other room. I think they're affecting the screen. All right, there we go. We got a majority of our lights out in the house. Now you see how much better the contrast levels come up? Looks much better, doesn't it? This is where you're going to be at in the dark all day. Starfield screensaver. Oh, this is going to be good. How close is this screen going to come to yours in contrast levels? Oh, man. Again, that's not good. Now, this is what he did with the UV mix. With the UV mix, he kept it on the contrast, but stayed away from the white levels. Good gracious, that's kind of jacked up. In the UV mix, you stayed away from the... Oh, never mind. We could put it all together. All right, UV mix right here. Showing off Starfield demonstration. And he'll say, look at the contrast levels on that. Look how deep they come up. That's garbage. That's not even actually black. That's gray. Yep, that's great. I'll show you. I do this stuff all day long. I'm pretty much gonna do this stuff all day long. I mean, literally do this stuff all day long. There you go. Now that's what your dark screen looks like next to mine. This is not gonna be fun, but hey, it's gotta be done. There you go. Your screen can't see contrast next to my black technology. It comes up gray. All right, so we already know that from the door. That's a fail. Let's put it back up here so it can produce its contrast levels. Right, and there we go. That's why they do the contrast demonstrations in the dark. Better chance for the screen to be able to pull up. We'll get it back up there. Better chance for the screen to be able to pull up an image if it's sitting in the dark. That's why they did the demonstration against the Metallica Mix 2.0. He kept that demonstration dark. As a matter of fact, let's do that demonstration on the jazz demonstration. All right, so we'll take the Metallica Mix 2.0 right here. Put this right here, right? We're going to do the LG Jazz demonstration. Let's mimic the exact same demonstration. Mic's on. Oh, I forgot. You can't see it different. You know why? Because there's not a black screen behind the back of it. That's why. Like the magenta upstairs. You can see the difference because the magenta was pulling at 100%, but a very high black level and better color because it's a darker screen made that screen wash out upstairs. But next to our nothing paint, well, we can blend right into it. That background's supposed to be black, by the way. I gotta make a label for my nothing paint. Oh, I got perfect label. I'm gonna put nothing on the label. Nothing at all. I might put a little tiny print, maybe in the corner, that may say nothing paint 2.0, but I want it really small so you really can't see it. Or we'll hide it somewhere on the label. But I want it completely blank. And I'm going to call it nothing paint. Actually, it's a base to one of the Crystal Edge Technology screen paints. That's what, digital one. Ugh! I'm too mixed up. It's actually based on one of the digital one Crystal screen paints. We're developing gray screens. That's all it is. But compared to what we have now, it is nothing. That's true. It's all going to react the same. Look. Look how much difference this one is to that one. Look at that. Let's go back there for a minute. Look how much difference that is to that one. We have the nothing paint and we have two different paints here. Look how close they come to matching. Can you tell which one's which? All right, let's change it to something else. Let's go with some brighter colors. So we do this one already? Oh, look at it. There we go. Boom! So like I said, if your black paint that you made, you call yourself making 4 years ago, it came up that dark on your product. Well, your UV mix does the same thing too. And that one you still sell, don't you? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You still sell it. You still sell that product. So the same way that you made the cinnamon mix or cinnamon black mix, whatever that stuff it's called, in the same way you made the UV mix. It's the same base. The only difference is one is actually probably has more black paint in it than the other one. But they're similar to the same thing. Like I said, now watch this.
Sit back. Further. Further.
Now see that right there? Oops, sorry about that. I hate that. Freaking Amazon, backlight your freaking controllers. All right, let's go back to that real quick. I want to go back to when that pulled up. See that right there? Any black level can put a black screen. Now imagine taking a screen of maybe a little bit larger than this. My projector sitting back a good distance and pushing the projector all the way up so it fits in that nice little area. We're going to duplicate that. We're going to paint out another size, not from this product, but as dark as this product, probably darker. And we're going to take the projector and push it up on that size that he had and to show you and duplicate the same video where that's what happens. You have to have it on a bigger screen. You have to be able to pull it back. People have to see it on a large scale, and those pixels have to be stretched a little bit. But when you take that projector, the closer you pushed up on the screen, that means that the image becomes tighter and produces a much sharper and brighter image, much like the technology that they use with the valve projectors with that pixel shifting. Pixel shifting is just basically just pushing the pixels together tighter, giving a more brighter, more sharper, vivid image to give you the fool you to think you're seeing 4K. Well, that's what people do with projectors. They'll push them up real close up on the screen and have a small little screen to have it fit in there so it can have a much darker, more compact image. Stop doing that. That's just such foolishness. That's such foolishness. There you go. See? Next to black technology, your screen can't hold a candle to it. It comes up gray. Comes up washed out. The only way you'll be able to pull a decent image is you're going to have to be in the dark. And that's where you all have to be at, in the dark. That's why all the demonstration he does are in the dark. He tries to do it in a fully lit environment with that much light, the screen will wash out. You can only pull that off. And like I said, he's going to have to be able to pull white level. Have to be able to pull that white level. Very important. All right, so let's get some stuff to just blend in this thing real quick. First things first. We're going to do one with just colors first. Let's start off with white screen. And let's go run through our colors real quick because I'm gonna go eat a bowl of cereal. It's Saturday, people. I'm supposed to be sitting there watching my Bugs Bunny and I'm having fun with this. Trust me, I'm having fun. I'm having a ball doing this. Don't get me wrong, I'm having fun doing this. But anytime you want to start about making products, like I said, I made your stuff already 8 years ago. I'll make all your stuff and I can post it, no problem. Now I wouldn't come on here and, I wouldn't say I'm making your product because that'd be kind of wrong. I don't do stuff like that. But I will basically show people that, you can make the same thing and it's going to be similar. It's going to look just like it. And keep in mind, I don't have to do any test demonstrations because, again, there's no test. What am I going to do? Sitting here by a 4K projector, a P2, and stay in the dark? That's some test right there. Okay. Okay, let's start this part. Get stupid today. Color blue. See which screen blends in with the blue, with the colors. Much better. See the black screen when it comes up? See how dirty the color is? That's a dirty blue. It's not supposed to be that dark. Color red. Color red. Color red. I bet I got color red. I can get color red. See how dark the red comes up? See? Dirty. Can't produce a white level. You have to have a white level in it to get those natural colors. Natural colors have to be in there. Cancel. Let's see if we can get outside this bad boy. Got any colors outside we can play around with? Nah. All right. Slow color changer. I like that one better. That one to keep flipping back and forth. Slow color changer. I'm having spaghetti tonight. I can't wait. Boom, boom. Some homemade garlic bread. Boom, boom, boom. See how a screen can't pick up color here? Because there's no white light in it. That's why. Every time it changes over to a dirty color. That's what happens when your screen can't pick up a white level. Now, what if we do the LG snowboarding demonstration? What do you think will happen? We got to do these on black screens all the time. So, whoop, somebody's trying to get out of it. Huh? No. Like, no, the jig is up, run. The jig is up, run. Run, the jig is up. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. Did he show you any demonstrations on this UV mix versus white screens? Any of them? Bet you all the demonstrations were done in the dark in a poorly lit environment. I bet you. Good gracious. That is just... Are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me? Really? Seriously, man? This is what you do. Look how dark. The screen's not even white at that. Let's see if we can turn my screen black. On a 0.9. We're going to do it on a 0.9 Elite screen, white screen. Let's see if we can turn the technology black. As dark as it's showing up over there. .9. We got a 0.9 gain on the screen. Where's the black screen at? I'll show you where it's at. It's right over there. There's a black screen right there that can't pull up. That's a dirty, dirty screen. That's dirty. That's dirty. Look at that. Look how dirty that comes up. That's dirty. It's a very dirty image. This one's much better. This one right here. Oh, I can see why this is the personal mix. That's why it's blended with earth. This is the Metallica mix. This one comes up dirty. That's dirty. That's real dirty. Oh, real quick. So you don't think I'm over here just talking trash. Here you go. Elite screens right there. 0.9. So I just put a 0.9 white screen next to my black screen. Show the white demonstration. Screen didn't even turn black. So if I can't get the screen to turn black, and this is front projection too, if I can't get the screen to turn black on a white screen with a 0.9, how in the world were you able to make the technology look black on a cinema, that Cinemax screen, and it's not even white? Now you have a 0.9 gain on it. You're a fake. That's what you are. Let's finish on. Oh, someone's running. Let's get some more tape. Let's reinforce this guy. See it there? Yeah, you're fake. You do fake demonstrations, fake products. Like that one guy was screaming at you about how you did that fake demonstration on that Lux screen, called you a deceitful liar. We'll do anything to make the product look good. My nothing paint is better than your two products and matches your personal mix. And just to be fair, I'm not just coming out your screen. I'm taking the white screen and putting it against my screen. I'm taking your screen, putting it against my screen. I'm taking your product and throwing it against my black screen that's darker than your screens up there. And I'm still producing better. All right. The personal mix right here, this is supposed to be a personal screen paint mix here. Your top of the top, your special selection made customly for you. You're not going to like this one. 4K demonstration. Philips 4K demonstration. This is supposed to be the special that you made strictly for your personal product. Personal. I match your personal product by just mixing junk paint together. Basically, a simple base from a Digital One Crystal screen paint. As I said, the bases are different, but you just switch them up. If you're going to start off with a darker screen paint, you start off with a black base or you start off with a dark gray base. The only two colors you mix in that are either black or a little bit of white. But I would say I would stick more toward gray. If you put white into it, you may change the structure and you might add too much into it, and then you might get a light gray, and that's what you don't want. You want to keep it dark. Now, if you're going to be doing it basically like this, the one I made, basically you start off with white paint or light gray paint, and you add in either black paint, or if you're doing white paint, you can add gray paint. It's just a little mixture back and forth. That's all you're doing. You're just switching it up. But whatever base you start off with is whatever you end up with. Very easy to do. Now, the reason why I'm giving you the information on our old company, because like I said, the technology we made back then does not compete with anything we have now. But if you're going to go down this road and you're going to make this stuff, then there you go. You can make our product, not his, our product. And mind you, like I said, since we did this 8 years ago, his product is basically ours too. And like I said, did we do any of the tests that we do now? Oh, heck no. None of the screens would have survived that stuff. You kidding me? Boom! Let's get something else. Let's grab, now I'm going to come out of this one right here. I want to grab this one right here. Boom, 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 boom. Again, like I said, I was making it 8 years ago. I'll put some links down for my Digital One Crystal Screen Paint, including a link from Europe. Yes, Europe on Facebook. That's where we got our 10-year global contract for this technology we had 8 years ago. And you link on that page right there. You go to Facebook, you'll get a chance to see the beta testers, Zone 708 and Superman, a few people that were testing products for us, and also too, you get to see the board of directors and little parties they were having over there that they displayed on the page using our Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. And again, you can make your products all you want. Just be able to match every single demonstration on live, which you can't do. So we know that's going to be a fail, like you did with that Nova 9. That was a joke. Good gracious. But enjoy that. I look forward to seeing you make another Nova 9 demonstration. Oh, tomorrow's going to be sunny, so I'm hoping you'll be outside tomorrow to do that demonstration. And like I said, we still want to see you peel the screen. Also, too, we need to see the white levels on that screen because you only showed the Starfield demonstration, which means I looked at the back of the screen, I could see it was muddy and dirty. You didn't walk around the screen enough times, you just showed it from the front. You should have been showing it from the back and front when you were doing the demonstration because it's front and rear technology. Which you failed to do because Captain Corner Cutter doesn't do things by the book. Now, like I said, I know how your Cinemax is made. It's made with white paint and gray paint. The base of it's white and a couple of teaspoons of gray paint, and that's what makes it. Because that's the same way we made the ultra white gray screen paint when we made it back on Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. We actually had a very light gray screen paint. It was no one's near white. It looks exactly like the product he made. If I didn't know any better, I think you were going back to my old demonstrations and copying my work. The only difference is we didn't use $4,000 projectors on our demonstrations. We had $50 and $60 NEC projectors and Pico projectors, and we did our demonstrations with the lights on. Oh, there's your personal mix. Yeah, I don't need to buy your product. I make it already. I already own it already. Poly. Who the freak mixes poly with freaking black paint? You know what that does? Hold on for a minute. When you mix poly and black paint, you know what that does? You get two different elements in there at the same time. When you mix it, it doesn't mix all the way. That's why he was getting those little black spots and that dirty image behind the back of the screen. That's what happens when you mix it with poly. If you add too much into it, then the image becomes too dark, and then those white level colors, like I said, from front to rear, especially from rear, comes up dirty and cloudy. Poly. Ugh. Blend your personal mix again with the nothing paint. Look at the contrast levels. Look at that. If I turn the lights out, it's going to be even worse. Let's get the lights out, Chuck. Boom. So what other tests are we going to run? Huh? We can use a 1,000 lumen projector, but we'll be in a... Oh, you look just like Kanye's. I caught a glimpse of that for a minute because I wasn't looking at the screen. I was at the camera. I'm like, this joker look just like Kanye. But anyway, he did the distance throw. We tried to do a distance throw on a low lumen projector. All right, look, he tried to do a distance throw on a low lumen projector, but he had it in the dark the whole entire time. He tried to do it on the CS4, the VPL CS4 projector, which we used in the demonstrations. But the environment was in the dark, and he stuck to very colorful demonstrations to make the screen pull better. Now, crazy thing about it is I can mimic the screen. I can make the product all over again. It's not a problem. Like I said, we should make this stuff over again. But as you can see, no when we made this, no gold glitter went into it, no silver. We didn't add any and nothing into it. All we did was just basically just go in and just throw some stuff in there. And we're done. And like I said, if we had some test demonstrations, we could do some test demonstrations, but we don't have any. He doesn't do any tests. What are we gonna pull up? Let's grab this right here. Maybe he has one. No, he doesn't do that either. Boom, 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 boom. Told you, high power projector in the dark. That's all they do. Look at the color. Look at the clarity. Look at the precision. Look at it. Look at the angle. Look at the Nothing Paint. Nothing Paint 2.0. The future is now, and it's called Nothing 2.0. Told you I would embarrass you again. I should just better off minding your own business. See, sitting over there working on my invisible screen paint, minding my own business, and here comes freaking Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jumped over the candlestick, coming out saying, look what he's doing. He's making this invisible product. You could do the same thing. Just go to Home Depot, get yourself some frost paint. You could do the same thing. Stupid. Freaking dark gray. You messed up on that demonstration. Then he comes back. Oh, I know how he did it. It took poly and black paint. Stupid. Guess what? Didn't even match the demonstration. Didn't even look like the product to begin with. It was too light. Didn't have any ambient light whatsoever. Didn't stick it outside and do a sun demonstration. Nothing at all. Then he comes back in with the same little square piece and goes to the dumb nonsense again. This time he didn't even wrap around the screen, which you're supposed to do. Didn't peel the screen. Didn't make the product we gave you permission to make. And the projector is supposed to be off when you show images behind it. Then you turn the projector on. But I can make your product. What are we going to make today? What are we going to make today? You've been copying me. That's what, just put it this way. You've been copying me. I think before I retire, I'm going to post the Digital One Crystal Screen Paint full ingredients of everything we make, of every paint we made in that particular era. And I guarantee you every last one of them will match this product with no problem. And you can have it for free because I don't care. Now, if you feel that I didn't make the same product you have here and I'm completely wrong, feel free to do the same demonstration. I mixed it up right over there on the table. As a matter of fact, I gave the ingredients for the Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. You're probably making that now and trying to sell it as your own. By the way, those you don't know how to make that product, pretty simple. 2 teaspoons of gold glitter. You fill half of the container full of gray primer. And the other half, you can mix that with. It can be Bear 1050, silver screen, gray primer. Doesn't make a difference, it just has to be gray. And then the other half, you fill that with Metallica paint. Mix that together, Digital Crystal Screen Paint. You're welcome. This right here, I couldn't begin to tell you because I just threw anything together to make this. We just threw a bunch of gray in there, but I didn't really measure the gray. I was just throwing it in there, measuring the tone down how I wanted it. Now, it'd be different if I came on here and I did 2 tablespoons or whatever, but didn't even do that. Be different. I put gold glitter in it, didn't even do that. Metallica silver, didn't do that. I just dropped whatever stuff in there and just measured it off, whatever it was, dropped it here, dropped it there, stirred it up, did it again. That's it. Rewind it. Look for yourself. And I matched this product. I'm going to let you guys watch this. I'm going to go in here, get things set up. I'm done for today. I think I'm done for today. I should have done for today. Like I said, over here minding my own business, working on my invisible technology, and here comes Doofus running around trying to say, oh, I know how to make this product. If you would have minded your own business and looked in a different direction and worked on your own craft instead of worrying about what I'm doing, you wouldn't be at this point of embarrassment in your life. You made yourself a fool of yourself trying to make that product twice in a row. Made yourself an even bigger fool with the even third demonstration. Had a sunny day outside, never took the screen outside because that's what they're designed to do. You avoided that at all costs. Then you bring out that Cinemax, whatever, black paint, whatever crap that mess is supposed to be, and say, oh, this is what it looked like 4 years ago. Your UP Mix does the same thing, and you have it now, and you sell it. It still pulls up dark images because you never did any demonstrations showing the UP Mix versus white screens. We do it on black screens all the time. If you want, you can go check my archives and check it out for yourself. Yeah. So like I said, if you mind your own business, say to yourself, this would have never came your way. All right, we're done from here. I'm going to take my nothing paint. I'm going to make about 5 gallons of that and store it downstairs in the basement. Like we got the rest of the stuff, the primer paint that matches his Metallica mix and everything else down there. All right, with that being said, hope you enjoyed the demonstration. As I said before, these great products that he makes, there's nothing to him at all. Like I said, we made him years ago. That's how I was able to come on camera, throw some stuff together. I didn't even do any measurements. We didn't do no glitter, nothing. Just do black and gray paint together and gray and white paint together. And boom, got that with no problem whatsoever. And showing his UV mix came out just as dark as that mix he called himself having 4 years ago. It did the exact same thing, came up dark because he never did any demonstrations on white levels whatsoever. So as you can see, like I said, his products are what they are. That's what it is. All right, I got to go. God bless.